What's going on, guys? So today is actually Labor Day, and it's 10:24 a.m. I do have it off from my full-time job, so I was like, I'm going to deliver all day to try to make some money, if at all possible, you know? And then I've had the apps on since about 9:30, and then I finally get an offer with Postmates, right? So I'm like, okay, cool. It's for a coffee place. I say goodbye to my wife, my son, get in the car. I start driving. I get like 4 streets over from where I live, and then it says, oh, it's been canceled. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. I've been waiting all day. Well, it feels like all day. So I finally get an order, and then I get one, it gets canceled. So I'm like, man, that sucks. Well, I'm already out. I might as well head over to like this hot zone, basically, this area that I sit at waiting for orders. And I start heading in that direction, and I get a Starbucks order with UberEats. I don't really deliver at this time very often, especially during the week, so I don't know if it's normal to get Starbucks orders at this time of day. I would assume so. But I mean, it's not a bad offer. It's like $8 and some change, something like that, so it's pretty good. Kind of excited about that. And I'm just happy to actually get an order. So if you notice while I'm out delivering today, the sky, it looks like pretty gross, right? So cloudy, and don't really know what's going on. It's actually smoke from a wildfire. So there's actually a like smoke warning right now, basically saying not to be outside for extended periods of time, etc., due to the quality of air. I mean, I'm going to be in the car most of the time, and I'll have my mask on when I am outside, so I'm not too worried about it. But if it's low, or if I start to feel a little funny, I'm definitely going to head home, because I can't chance my health, you know. But I have already, since I've left, I've seen 3 people out running. So I would have to imagine that, like, it's probably fine. But we'll see. I don't know. I know it's just, I moved to Washington State, what is it, 6 years ago now? And it's something that, like, I'm still not really used to. It's weird having smoke and wildfires, because I grew up in the East Coast, where this was not an issue, out in Connecticut. So it's really strange to me. I don't know, do you guys experience a lot of wildfires where you live? Is this normal for you? Or is this something you've never seen before? That Starbucks order went really well. When I walked into Starbucks, I told them the name, and it was ready waiting for me. They actually had it bagged up, which I've done a few Starbucks orders in the past, and it never came in a bag for drinks. But I like it. I'm assuming it's like McDonald's, where they got some sort of little cup holder going on that they place in the bag. And it just makes it a lot easier for me as a delivery driver, and then it makes the customer feel better because they get a sealed bag, and they're like, hey, I know my delivery driver didn't tamper with my food or drink at all. They did have like 5 or 6 orders with Uber waiting to be picked up. So I'm thinking, who knows, I might get sent back there. They said it's been real busy for Uber today. Maybe just because of all the smoke. I don't really know. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Even with the mask on, you could really smell that smoke pretty strong when you're outside. When I brought my dog out earlier this morning, I didn't really notice it at all. But when I was outside, I could really tell there's some smoke in the air, man. It's pretty crazy. If you saw my last video, I mentioned how it was my first time delivering with the upfront like tip information for Uber Eats, and it was accurate, exactly. So I got the tips exactly as what I was told, which is, it's nice. I mean, that's awesome for Uber Eats, because both I'm used to, okay, here's a $3-4 order, here's the mileage, maybe you'll get a tip, maybe you won't. It's really nice to see that up front. Like I said, it's not a permanent thing, because it does give customers an hour to make any changes to the tip, but it gives you a good idea of what you're going to get. And I feel like unless you completely botch the delivery, or everything is wrong with the food that you're dropping off, most likely the customer's not going to take the time to change it. I could be wrong, I don't know. But I have a feeling it's going to be pretty accurate most of the time. Alright, I went ahead and parked in a hot spot, at least where it typically is. It's right near Buffalo Wild Wings, since I was by there, and about a minute after sitting there, I was just going through the app seeing if I could start DoorDash or something. I got an offer for Arby's with Uber Eats. So I'm heading back to the same Arby's I was at yesterday, the one I completely forgot existed. But you know, I'm only 4 minutes away, so that's not bad at all. It's starting to get a little busy, I think. Keep right on north. I think it might just have to do with it's almost lunchtime. It's 10:42. People might be getting hungry, and I don't know, there might be people who eat lunch early because they're doing like a barbecue at like 3 or something. I could see that as a possibility with Labor Day. Like I said, it's Smokey out, so that could cancel some barbecues, and there's coronavirus, so really you're not supposed to have any big parties. But to be honest, I feel like most people don't really practice that very well. And even if so, I mean, you could still have 10 people at a barbecue, and inside most of the day they just go out to grab the food type of thing, minus the cook. So I don't know, we'll see. It might be busy, it might be slow, but I feel like I'm off to a pretty good start, minus the fact that I had to wait forever for my first order, pretty much an hour, which stinks, but it was also a really weird time to start delivering. Yeah. So I actually ended up picking up a DoorDash shift. I'm scheduled from 11 to 12, and I completed that Uber Eats order at like 10 after 11. And I've just been kind of waiting for my next order. It's 11:19 now, and I just got a DoorDash offer for Panera Bread. So I'm headed there now. It is pretty close by. So that's good. And I'm hoping their bathrooms are open, because I gotta take a leak. But I don't know. I haven't really gone to the bathroom much since delivering with COVID. Like, I haven't gone out. I don't know. I always go bathroom at home is, I guess, what I'm trying to say. So I don't know which places have a working, open public restroom right now. We'll see. I'm sure I could always go somewhere. But yeah, anyways. So I'm headed to Panera Bread to pick this up. While I was on my last delivery, my wife called me and was like, hey, you need to be careful. I could smell smoke in the apartment. And I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, it smells real bad. And I'm like, what the heck's, like, it shouldn't be. And she's like walking the apartment, like the bedroom that my son's napping in, and like the living room, and she's like, yeah, it really just smells in the living room. His bedroom doesn't smell like smoke. And I'm like, well, maybe it's, because I was like, well, maybe it's getting in through the HVAC or something, or maybe it's just like a bad seal, you know, like where they furnish the house, they didn't caulk something very well. So there's air creeping in there, and she said that she went by the sliding back door, and it smells real bad there. So lucky for us, we do actually have a air purifier. We bought that, I would say, pretty much the start of when the coronavirus breakout happened, just because she's worried about it, so she talked me into it, and she placed it by the sliding glass door, and she said in a matter of a couple minutes, like, she could already smell a difference in like air quality. So I'm assuming that's what it is, but I mean, you never know. But that's kind of scary, that our smoke is so bad that's coming into the apartment. Like, that's not good. I know I'm not home, but there isn't really anything I could do about it either, other than contacting the apartment complex and being like, hey, it smells like smoke inside our apartment. What's going on? And even then, what are they going to do to fix it? I mean, I guess they could send someone, like a maintenance worker over and like throw some extra caulk down or something, but like, I don't know. That's a little bit nerve-wracking. I hope whatever it is, like, it's just very minor. But yeah, I don't know. That's kind of scary. So that should be fun. I don't know. What would you do in my situation? Would you head home and try to figure it out? Like, I don't know what I could do. Like, when I was on the phone with her, I was like, do you want me to come home? And she's like, well, I don't think you'd be able to do anything. Like, it smells like smoke, but we can't. What can we do? So she, like I said, she moved the air purifier next to like the sliding back door, because she said that's where it was really strong smelling. And then she also turned off the air conditioning, because it's only supposed to be like, I think like 85 today or something. Like, it's not supposed to be super hot. So we're thinking that might be the best bet, at least for the time being. I'm just pulling into Panera Bread now. It doesn't look like you're able to go inside, so I don't know how the bathroom situation is gonna go for me, but I'll give it a try. Let's see. Yeah, there's, I don't know, it just says 5-minute parking. I don't know what that means. We'll give it a shot, and if not, I'll stop at a gas station or something if I need to. In case you were wondering, I was able to use Panera Bread's restroom. So that was really nice. It was clean. No one was in it. It was ready to go. Like I said, it's kind of silly, but I haven't used the bathroom since the pandemic, like out in public, really. So I was a little nervous. I wouldn't find a place to pee. When I got close to that last drop-off for DoorDash, I turned on Postmates and UberEats, you know, classic, trying to stay busy. And I did get an UberEats order. So I'm headed to Mr. Taco, which is a taco truck here in the Tri-Cities. I do feel like one downside is that with the smoke and everything, I don't know if they're going to be open. Because it's a taco truck, it's a food truck. So that has me a little nervous. But I mean, it was a pretty good order. It was what? It was like a $9 order or something like that. Like, you can't say no when it's a good offer, you know? I've just really been loving Uber the most lately. I feel like I average better pay than DoorDash. Like, my DoorDash order was $6. Not very good. This Uber order is $9, and that's nice. I mean, I feel like I've been averaging $9-10 with Uber lately, and then I still get those occasional gems where I'll get like a $15 tip. So they've kind of been my go-to. And then it seems like Postmates is they've been the easiest one for me, where it's like, okay, it's like 5 minutes or so until the delivery drop off, right? And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna turn the app on. Maybe I'll get something, maybe I won't. But I just feel like with Postmates it's kind of nice because they're not the busiest in my area, but it's easy to toggle on and off. You just tap a button and you go online, and then to go offline you just tap the button again and it goes offline. I feel like that's nice and easy just because, I don't know, like, it's nice to have that potential order waiting for you after you complete a delivery, but at the same time it's not gonna like stress me out, like, oh, I've got 2 minutes to start heading in that direction, or else DoorDash or Grubhub is gonna cancel the order and give it to someone else, or cancel it on my end and reassign it to another driver. So that's kind of why I decided to use Postmates as my little, I guess my like secondary app, you know, because it's not really busy enough in my area to be steady, but I do get orders from them, so it's something that I just turn on and then hope that I get one or two here and there, so that's kind of nice. I'm trying to see, like, I'm almost at this food truck, and I'm just not too sure what the deal is. Are they going to be open? Are they not going to be open? I just passed a different taco truck and that one was open, so I'm hoping this one is too. Yeah, it looks like it. So I'm pulling in now. I hope the food is ready, because that makes things a whole lot easier. But we shall see. And just like that, my battery's about to die. So I'm heading to Starbucks now. I'm gonna update you at the end. I just want to make sure my battery stays charged for an earnings update. So just stay tuned for that. I'll have it for you shortly. I just completed my last order a few minutes ago, and I'm headed home now. But it's a pretty good day. So it's 1:05 p.m. And I was out delivering for 2 hours and 15 minutes. So I ended up making $60 with UberEats and $6 with DoorDash. So $66 in a little over 2 hours. That's awesome. That's what, I guess because it's 15 minutes over, I'm gonna say right around $30 an hour, something like that. That's pretty crazy to me.